one more time. It says it failed to connect. Grr. It says it's recording now. Okay, so anyway, to start again, I'm Pamela Bussarello. I'm a mom of 3. Most of the people on our team are moms. Most of us work, and we are here to show you how much this lifestyle could fit into any current lifestyle, both from a nutritional component and as well from a business venture. So I want to tell you a little bit about my story, my team story, our company, and this nutrition certification, and hopefully my 3-year-old will not be bugging us too much. So I started coaching 3 years ago. My journey to coaching had a lot to do with him. Maybe that's why he decided to join us tonight. I'm not going to get into all of that too much. What I want to show you is how my nutrition has evolved from the time I started coaching. So I joined looking to lose the baby weight, and I found myself in the process. But what I also found, and I don't talk as much about, and I really should, is a knowledge in nutrition that I didn't realize I was lacking. I went through so many different, I don't even want to call them fad diets because I never saw myself as a dieter, but I would hear about a new way of eating that people were clinging to, and I would jump on it. Or when I was diagnosed with an autoimmune disease, I did a little quick research and saw that being a vegetarian was good, and I jumped on it. But all these things that I jumped on, I had no clue what I was doing, and I just did the bare minimum investigating to see what was healthy and what wasn't. So when I was a vegetarian, for example, I was avoiding any and all protein. It wasn't just animal protein, but any and all protein. Any protein that I received was coming from sometimes the kale smoothies that I was making. But I was wholly under eating, and I did that for periods of my life. And I thought that's how I could stay lean, and I thought that's how I could stay fit. But instead I was lethargic. I had impossibly poor digestion. I was always sick. And I could hardly keep up with my family, my teaching career, and any kind of fitness that I was trying to do, spin classes and runs. And I didn't quite realize why. I thought I was doing what I needed to do, keeping under a certain number of calories, but all I was doing was undernourishing my body. So when I joined this challenge group and I was introduced to these portion control containers, first off, I thought to myself, if this all I'm going to eat every day, I'm going to starve. And now here was a girl who was like eating a Pop-Tart, an apple, and like a bowl of cereal for dinner, thinking that that was, you know, what I should be doing. And I thought I would starve by filling these containers with different fruits and vegetables and proteins. And then I started doing my research with the booklet that came from it. It's so clear cut. And I realized, oh, I get multiple of these every day. And I get to fill my plate with healthy foods. And after a few days, and then a few weeks, and then a few months, I no longer craved the sugar I was addicted to prior. I've let go of almost every type of complex carb you could, or simple carb you could imagine. My sugar addiction is way lower. And I'm glad Katie has joined at this moment. I thought I didn't like 90% of foods that I actually really love. But my brain was tricked into sugars. It was tricked into sweets. It was tricked into processed foods. And once I broke my addiction to those, I could taste real food, and I could embrace real flavor, and I could embrace real nutrients. And I saw an immediate change in my body. I have been in remission with my autoimmune disease for almost this entire 3 years. I've had one instance of a breakthrough of that, one little relapse, and it was so minor. It lasted less than 2 days. I have chronic IBS. That is rarely a problem. I really no longer get menstrual cramps. I have a chronic migraines. I've been getting them since I was in elementary school. I suffer a mouth color to try to keep my whole jaw in line. And I've probably had 2 or 3 in the last 3 years. And I know that my nutrition has everything to do with it. And it's fueling my workouts. It's fueling my busy life. Every person in this society these days is busy. Whether you're a mom or not, whether you work or not, being busy is glorified, right? It's like, who could be the busiest? And to keep up with that, to keep up with this lifestyle we've all given ourselves, we need nutrition, and we also need it to be simple. And this program did that for me before it's been revolutionized and reintroduced, which I want to share with you a little bit about later. I do want to take a second and talk about the coaching end of it, because this certification, which isn't required to get involved in the nutrition aspect, but the certification that's a bonus, comes with the glory of many of these fine faces that you see around sharing this call with us. Tribe Redefine, our sisterhood of coaches, as well as the company Beachbody as a whole. So when I found Tribe Redefine, I guess it was a year into my business that I really started to build this team. And I did so because I like a classroom environment. I like to teach. I like to lead, but I also like when everyone knows each other's names. I like when we can collaborate. I like group work. I like, giving other people opportunities to shine and to lead and to take the helm. And that's what Tribe Redefine became for me. It became a virtual classroom. When I traveled to LA last month, I heard a woman who now has left teaching. She's doing amazingly within this company. She said that she's never left she never left teaching. She just left the classroom. And I wrote that down about 8 times in my notebook. I highlighted it and I circled it. And not that I have any aspirations to leave my classroom, but I know that I have another classroom here. I know that this platform of coaching is a classroom. I know that my team is a classroom, and we all know each other. We all support one another. We are there through whatever struggles and insecurities and speed with which we decide to run this business. We're there to support each other. There are 3 levels of coaching. They're completely unofficial. So if someone was to decide to join Tribe Redefine or one of the other sister teams that may have invited you into this call or shared the recording, there are basically 3 options you have. The best thing is you don't have to decide when you sign up. Signing up to coach is signing up to coach, and then you decide your path from there. And at any time you can change your path. You can ramp it up, you can dial it back, but the 3 basic paths are the preferred customer, which is just like, a membership, a discounted membership. So you get 25% off products, you get early access to certain activities, you get groups that some other customers don't get. It's just I don't want to say glorified, that sounds so rude. It's exactly as it sounds, a preferred customer, a VIP membership, you could say, to all of our products and services. The second level would be what we might consider a hobby coach. This is a person who either already has a full-time career and just wants to see what happens, or someone who is interested in the business but not quite sure what that commitment would look like for him or her, and decides to take it slowly at their own pace, maybe inviting friends and family to join in, maybe joining one of our existing groups and kind of just being a fly on the wall as a coach. It's kind of a person who's 1 foot in the door and deciding if they're going to take that foot and run or just keep walking at a nice steady pace while working on their own journey. And then the last one I like to call our boss babes. That's, again, the faces you're seeing here. I still work full-time and do this and consider myself a boss babe. Some people like Teresa and Leslie and Melissa get to do this from the comfort of their homes in whatever hours work for them. But either way, we've decided to take this business full steam ahead and to move with it and see how big we can grow it. And there's no limit to that success, and there's no minimum to that success. Our company does not require any sales of us. It does not require any products in my garage that I'm trying to hawk off the garage sales. It's just whatever we decide to create and whatever we decide to build, and whatever anyone purchases, they purchase through a website and it just goes to them. I don't have to worry about any of that kind of stuff, which I really appreciate. No maximums, no minimums. The sky's the limit, and the pause button is always there if you need it. Our company is a wonderful one. It's nationally or it's internationally known. We have markets now in Canada and the UK, and are expanding to a new, yet to be disclosed country in the summer or in the fall that'll be announced in the summer. And as a international company, we are researched and studied and proven effective in fitness and in health. And this certification is just the next step to help us really reach so many other people. As a whole, Beachbody also provides for us all of the tools we need as coaches. So though in our own community, in our tribe, in our sister teams, we provide resources for one another. We share information on coaching. We share challenge group materials. We invite each other into our groups. We work out together. We do all this stuff together. As a company, the support is 10x. 100x from what we can deliver just as a team. If you wanted to join as a coach, tomorrow you could launch a challenge group and be successful because you have access to full guides that take you through a 30-day program, a 90-day program, a 120-day program, all of Ultimate Portion Fix, all of To Be Mindset. Whatever path you'd want to take your customers on, if you chose to have customers, it would be there for you. But there's also no pressure from our company to do that tomorrow. There's no pressure to do that at any point. It's all there for you if you need it. And our mission as a company is to end the trend of obesity. And that's for everybody, for children, for moms, for the elderly, you name it, for people who love to work out, for people who hate to work out, for people who love food, for people who hate food. Anybody and everybody can be helped by our company, and that is really the goal. So they're looking for all different ways to do that, which brings us to Ultimate Portion Fix. And I should have also said, if you have any questions, you can put them in the chat, or you can comment if you're reading a recording or viewing a recording, and we will come back to those at the end. But anyway, the Ultimate Portion Fix, what is this? So I talked about the containers, you've seen them, I meant to grab them, and Kellen being awake has distracted me a bit. But if you aren't familiar, the portions themselves, or the Ultimate Portion Fix, let me slow down for a second. It's based on 3 principles. And this program helps take you through step by step over a series of 36 instructional videos through these 3 principles. They are portion control, macro balancing, and processed food or sugar addiction, right? So it helps us break away from all of these, reducing and eliminating those addictions that we have, or even emotional eating, let's say. In this respect, I understood portion control. I knew I shouldn't be eating a giant pizza for myself, right? But it was that macro balancing that was really something I didn't understand. I didn't understand why I needed healthy fats. I heard the word fat and I ran from it. I didn't understand why a certain vegetable is healthier than another, or why a certain carb sits heavier in my stomach than another. And I didn't understand the portioning and putting together of these types of foods to most optimally work internally to help us fuel our workouts, or to lose weight, or to gain muscle, or to, sustain a healthy pregnancy. And this program, in the most basic sense, has given me an understanding of that. This is upping that ante, and it's allowing everybody, you, your sister, your great aunt, your kid, to understand nutrition in a better way. Within these 36 videos, you get a workbook that takes you through step by step everything you need to understand about portion control, macro balancing, what even macro balancing means, because it sounds crazy, and reducing and eliminating all of those addictions that we have. It helps you go through it from a child's perspective. And I'm not talking weight loss for children. That's ludicrous. But it helps us give our children healthy habits. There's fun materials for the kids to use to make sure they're getting their healthy snacks in, and to try to substitute one type of food for another, to look for the sugar in labels, to just really educate our children and to help them understand what healthy eating can look like. It gives us guidance on dining out, vacationing, any kind of struggle or roadblock you'd have. Understanding your reason for wanting this. Katie, that is like so fun. What's happening behind you? I'm like, I want to be where you are, I think. Unless that's snow, then I don't want to be where you are. I lost my train of thought. I'm so easily distracted. I'll just keep going. So anyway, within this as well, so within Ultimate Portion Fix, the cool thing is it's not fitness required, but there is a path for those of us that are taking part in fitness programs. It helps us understand the difference between the types of foods we should be taking in and the amount versus someone who lives a more sedentary lifestyle. So there's a path for just about anybody, for just about any fitness level, for any wellness level, and for any goal, be it to gain, to lose, or to maintain. And Autumn walks us through, that's the creator of this program, how to pick our path. So what does the certification look like? The certification is another series of videos that is a completely optional addition to the Portion Fix, and it's optional only for coaches. So coaches are able to become certified in these different modules, in this different knowledge, because Autumn has paired an instructional certification video with each of those 36 videos. They go through the types of questions that the basic knowledge is going to unleash within our customer base. They take us through the types of direction that we can give them, where we can send them into the resource material, what information in the workbook's going to help them. It also shares with us exactly how we can be talking about this on social media, what types of content we can be sharing out just to inform the people that are in our lives. She doesn't want us to hold back. She wants us to help everybody, whether they're our customer or not, and it lays it out for us. And it also gives us the know-how to help our customers with their meal planning and really say, I understand what I'm doing here. Not just this recipe looks good, it fits your containers, but it fits your containers because this is your goal. And if this other thing is your goal, then this is a better option to fit those containers. And that's a knowledge we really didn't have before. We were like doing a color by numbers kind of thing. And this gives our color by numbers content. And it gives us real purposeful, tangible information to use in our own homes, for our own families, for our own friends, and then to educate other people on and to guide them through the process. It's just really exciting for me. And there's an ongoing education. And as a teacher, I love continuing ed. I'm a big fan of continuing to grow. I'm a growth mindset girl through and through. And every single month, if you have that certification and you keep up with the master series, Autumn will unlock brand new recipes just to the masters, just to the certification coaches, more material and more research as she continues to refine and develop this program for years to come. So it's going to be a lifelong process to show us that our nutrition is for the lifetime. It's not a diet, it's not a quick fix, but it is a sustainable approach to overall wellness. And nutrition is the key, right? It's the key. It's 80% of our results. 20% comes from our fitness. 80% comes from our nutrition. So this is a chance for us to hit that 80% with as much confidence and knowledge and know-how as we possibly can. So I think I ran through it like as fast as I possibly could. Katie, since you're on, and everybody else knows my answers, I think, unless they have questions from other people, because I was gathering some questions as well. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask them.
I'm good right now. Thank you. Just folding laundry.
I don't blame you. I was doing that while I was listening to a Portion Fix video earlier tonight. So I have to kind of re-listen so that I can take notes. I love it. One thing I did mention, and I forgot to bring these out, I started printing these out, but we are getting workbooks in the mail from ordering the program, but I got anxious and I started printing out the certification worksheets that we get. So there's all these cool different quizzes and pledges and wellness overviews and understanding your why and all of these materials that not only will help you just find your own path, but if you chose the coaching option, really help you when a customer's struggling with something, you can send them the why worksheet and say, well, let's dial into your reason for wanting this lifestyle and let's hold on to that. Or when someone's wondering why they're still craving all these sweets, well, let's look at your emotional wellness and let's talk about that. So it really gives us an actual toolbox to address the issue for each individual customer or for ourselves. I like to say on Tribe Redefine that we are coaches of one first, and that one person is yourself. Our goal is to be healthy, to be well, and if we can show up for others, wonderful. Those others are first our family, then our friends and colleagues, then our neighbors, and then our customers. But we have to start with ourselves. We have to coach ourselves first. So though this can help us help other people, I'm just really excited to see why it is once in a while I still want to grab chocolate in the middle of the night. And why I do try to shovel all the food off my kids' plates before I shove it in the sink. What is that about me? What are the things that are triggering my imbalance once in a while? I'm excited to just learn more about that. Did anybody else have any questions? I'm really fine with keeping this nice and tight. Awesome. Okay, so just to give you the quick nuts and bolts, the certification option and immediate access to Ultimate Portion Fix is available now, but only with that certification option, only with the coaching option. It's an amazing value. There are quite a few different paths to take, so I'm not going to give any pricing here because it completely depends on your current level and where you're going with that. But I am going to be offering Tribe Redefine joinees a $15 credit towards the Fixate cookbook. It basically is a new Fixate cookbook for you. If you have the Fixate cookbook, then $15 is going to be yours as a nice welcome into this, and so that you have something tangible as well beyond just the printed materials and everything you're going to receive in your package. And that's until the 18th when this launches to our customer base. And if you're interested in this without the certification, then come the 18th, I'm offering a $10 credit, which could get you an extra set of containers, which is always a nice thing to have, or just the $10, whatever you would like. So if you're interested and you are a part of Tribe Redefine, then those options are for you. I hope that if you do have questions, you reach out to me or whoever invited you in or whoever shared this recording with you. I thank you for taking the time to watch this. I thank you for having an interest in your health. And I give you full-on permission to own your wellness. It's yours. It's there. It's possible. No matter how busy and stressed and tired you are, no matter how much food you do not like, no matter how much food you love, it is possible to find the path for you and the balance. And as crazy as it sounds, these little containers teach you how to do that. So I'm excited for you. I'm excited for what's to come and look forward to all of the health that's in your future with Tribe Redefine, obviously. All right. Thanks, everyone. You guys are awesome. I've got a 3-year-old to put to bed per usual.
All right. Hopefully it's quick like it was last night.
Well, that's because he cried first and then fell asleep. So I got to go find a way to get him to cry. Glad I'm still recording.
Okay.
I'm going to take away Mike's phone and he'll surely cry. All right. Bye, ladies.
Thanks, Pam.
Thank you. Good night.